Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back to the Junk Food Zombie channel. A lot of you guys have been asking me recently to do a video on what you need to get started in reloading. What are the basics? And depending on who you talk to, you can talk to 10 people, they'll give you 10 different opinions on what you need. I'm going to really try to give you guys the basics. I'll give you your options, I'll tell you what's out there, but I'll tell you what you really need to get going. First things first, you need a reloading manual. Don't buy any equipment, don't buy any components, don't buy any accessories until you buy a reloading manual. The first section of most every reloading manual, 50 to 100 pages, depending on your manual, is going to give you all the in and outs, all the information you need, your safety warnings, and all the data you need on learning how to reload. Now, there's a lot of stuff that you'll learn about your equipment as time goes on from experience, but all the basic information you need is there, and this is not something you can skip. You have to just buy a manual or 3 and read them. It'll also help you make decisions on what equipment will work best for you, because everybody's different and not everybody needs a progressive press. Not everybody needs a fully automated system. Single stage presses work fine for a lot of people who've been doing it for decades and never needed anything else. So that's not negotiable, guys. Get a reloading manual and read it first. Now, the other things I'm going to discuss in this video, because I am breaking this down into a few because it would be way too long for me to do this all in one video. These are more character traits. 1, mechanical aptitude. Having a basic mechanical aptitude can really help you out. Depending on the type of press you use, something like this Dylan is a progressive press. There's a lot going on. You've got the powder measures that work with linkages with your primer feed system. Your indexing, which is manual on this press, but some of them are automated. If you have a basic knowledge of how simple machines work, it can help you troubleshoot if you have a little problem, if something's jamming up or not quite running smoothly. If you have that basic aptitude, it can really help you out. It's not absolutely necessary, but it definitely helps. So just something to keep in mind. Okay, your other thing you need is the ability to follow instructions. This kind of goes hand in hand with your reloading manual. Guys, reloading is like shooting firearms. It's a very safe hobby as long as you follow certain rules religiously. This is not the type of thing where you have a whole lot of room for error. These powders and stuff, small differences in powder charges can, or even in the length of a cartridge, can be the difference between a fun day at the range and losing fingers. So this is deadly serious, guys. It's very safe as long as you act safely. Okay, so I'm not trying to scare you, but I'm trying to bring you down to earth and realize that it's a very serious thing. It's also a lot of fun. So you should be able to follow instructions and not be the type of person that says, oh, this reloading manual says this, but I'm going to do this instead. Do that with painting. This is not the hobby for that. Okay, other things you're going to need are patience and common sense. Common sense is one of those things where if I'm telling you and you have it, you kind of already know. If you have no common sense, then me telling you isn't really going to make much of a difference. But common sense is something you need. You need to know to be safe and not do anything blatantly stupid. And like I said, it's kind of, if you have common sense, you have it. If you don't, you don't. And if you don't, maybe this isn't the hobby for you. And like I said, patience. Some of this stuff, like I said, some presses you might have an issue with something, or you might be doing test loads and certain things aren't working out for you, and you'll have to change something and do it over and over again until you get it right. Most of the times things work out pretty well straight from the start or close to the start, but there are some things, especially if you're doing like precision rifle rounds as opposed to just plinking rounds, where it's going to take some time and you're going to have to load 50 rounds and go to the range and try them out and then take notes on everything that you shot and record your data on your targets and then take it home and change things over again. So patience is kind of required. This is not the type of thing you're going to rush. If you rush, you make mistakes. You need to check your cases for powder before you load bullets. And if you're the type of person to rush and overlook that sort of thing all the time, it could be, it's a bad thing. So as long as you have some patience and you can just take your time, you can be in a nice quiet space and have no distractions, you're good to go. A little common sense, a little patience goes a long way in reloading. And like I said, number one most important thing is your reloading manual. In the next video, I'll talk about presses. I'll talk about your options. I'll talk about the basics. Here's your basic right here. Your little reloader kit. There's your basics. This is what you need to get started in reloading. You want to reload 1 caliber? That'll get you through. But this is obviously not the fastest way to reload. And there are other options out there, and we're going to go over those. But we'll talk about presses and accessories and all that stuff, powders and everything. So be patient with me, guys. I don't know how many videos I'm going to break this down into. I'm just trying to make them into videos that are not too long, which this one will become if I keep on rambling. So I'll catch you guys on the next one. I hope that helps you out and maybe helps you decide whether or not this is something you want to do. And if it is, make sure you stick around for the next video. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, sorry, got a bug flying around. If you haven't subbed to the channel, go ahead and do so. I'm going to kill that bug. That's on the camera, lady. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so if you're interested in this subject, because we're going to be covering a lot of stuff. So I'll catch you guys on the next one, and have a good one. Bye. Hey guys, welcome back to the Junk Food Zombie Show.
I didn't do it.
It's all your fault for making me laugh.